and why I should leave him first. Needless to say, it was not a healthy place to be. Thankfully, even in all of my brokenness and shame, Jesus met me where I was and extended his unfailing love and grace to me. When I finally started truly pursuing Jesus, it allowed me to start seeing myself the way he sees me. And it wasn't until I learned and accepted who I am in Christ that I found my identity and my worth. By getting into the Word, finding a Christian counselor, finding a solid mentor, and surrounding myself with people who would lift me up, I realized that what I had been thinking and experiencing all of those years were lies from the enemy, the one who is intent on destroying us in any way that he can. You see, we live in a world that tells us we aren't and won't ever be enough. We feel the need to compare ourselves to others and are left to wonder, is the grass really greener on the other side? But yet we never take the time to water our own grass. Well, what does it mean to water your own grass? Well, watering your own grass means taking the time to invest in yourself and your relationship with Christ, to focus on what God has blessed you with and the only identity that matters, the one that Christ has given you. Psalms 139:13-14 says, "For you formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made." How amazing is it that the creator of the heavens and the earth also chose to make you? So when you don't take that time to water your own grass, you neglect the very gifts that God has given you. You miss out on what he's blessed you with, and you forget to be present in the everyday miracles of your everyday life. In a sea of confusing voices and opinions, there is only one voice that offers the true and right answer to the critical question, who am I? The living God has given us his word and his spirit, and he has told us who we are in Christ. He has the final word on who we are, not a social media feed, not our latest success or failure, not our moms, our bosses, our kids, our past, our worst enemies, or even ourselves. We, as followers of Jesus, have to understand God's truth and what he says about who we are. He is our identity maker and identity shaper. His word is the very place we find our identity defined and where we go daily to stay rooted in who he says we are. What you believe about yourself will determine the direction of your life. If we want to truly live out that life he has purposed for us, godly, righteous, holy, beautiful lives for his glory, we have to know what God says about who we are and believe it. Knowing is one thing, but ultimately, what we believe about ourselves will determine the direction of our lives. This is powerful and true. If we don't believe we have been empowered to overcome sin or equipped to make revolutionary changes in our lives because of what Jesus has done for us, we will struggle to both define and live out our true identities. That's why it's so essential for us to believe the truth as outlined by God alone and believe what he victoriously declares about who we are in Christ. Accepted, chosen, loved, holy, blameless, redeemed, completely made new, purposed, and free. These are only a few of the wonderful things God says about us. So I want to finish by reading Galatians 1:10. For am I now seeking the approval of man or of God? Or am I trying to please man? If I were still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of Christ. So, who are you living for? What are you believing about yourself? And have you taken the time to water your own grass and be thankful for all that he has blessed you with? Thank you. And guys, I just want to encourage you, if some of these things have resonated with you, because these are exactly the things I started going through at y'all's age. Find someone to talk to and truly just start pursuing Jesus, because he's the one who's going to give you your identity. And when you can accept that he says that you are perfectly and wonderfully made and that you are loved more than you could ever imagine, that's when you're able to hold on to those truths. So with that, you're dismissed.